All right. Whoa, now everybody, shout out to you guys, man. I'm your host, Leo Drew, and you are on the Leverage Show. Shout out to what you guys, man, have been doing week in and week out, man, and making this channel one of the best, man. Thank each and every single one of you guys for what you guys been rocking with me, man, week in, week out, man, sharing these video, man, getting it out to everybody. Make sure y'all share this live stream to somebody tonight, man. Go ahead and share it. Put it in their comments. Put it in something. Whatever you do, please, please, please share, share, share. Share this entire video. Send this link to somebody. Send it to 5 friends, 10 friends, 3 friends. You only got you and the dog, man. You and the dog. You put a screen next to the dog, and you and the dog. You plug the dog up. Make the dog a YouTube channel or something like that. So shout out to you guys, man, for making this thing a special one each and every single week, man. I'm telling y'all, you guys, man, you guys who already know who are on here know that each and every single week, man, for the last month, Lambo Drew been fight, man, doing what I got to do, man. And shout out to you guys for your prayers, allowing me to take my time, man, to be able to do what I do. For those who don't know, man, know that most of the time I am remaining silent right now so that my vocal cords can heal up, as well as my lungs. So this broadcast is pretty much some of the first time that people hear me speak all week long, man. So I am really, 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 man, I save my voice just for today so you guys can hear this. So most of my team, man, is still either getting responded. Actually, 98% of everybody are not even getting response. Probably a strong 2% of my team is getting a response back, man. And those who are really close know they can reach me, man, and been definitely keeping me in their prayers, and they asking, trying to get all of their information out, man, to help assist me, man, with going through this process. So shout out to you guys, man, each and every single week, man. Man, shout out to Mayor Bremer last week. The mayor of New Jersey came in the building, man, blessed us and stuff like that. So really shout out to her. She blessed us all, man. I'm thankful, man. Dropped a lot of lineage on us, man, and dropped a lot of game on us, man. So, I told y'all, man, tonight, man, boy, it's been mayhem. Tonight, man, we was gonna bring in the entire firehouse to hose this guy down tonight, because this guy right here has been none short of, I want to call it the miraculous Moses leading the people across the promised land. And I love Mr. Burris, man. He came to the show, man, and wrecked the show for one time. I think it was over 2 hours. At that time, man, it was like one of the highest rating, still one of the highest rating shows on YouTube. So go check that YouTube replay out when Mr. Burris was one of the last times on here. And I'm so excited about tonight, about bringing my guy on here. I know, shout out to my guy, Jamal Titus, man. He was like, hey, Lambo, if tonight, if those vocals and those lungs is not good, make sure that you give me the holler. And shout out for teammates like that who are standing in the gap, man, ready to go and pinch hit, man. But I will make this announcement. I think the month of June, Jamal Titus will be on here, man, hosting. So you guys go ahead and be on the lookout for that. So shout out to the team, man, making some stuff happen, man. So listen. Let's see who's in the chats tonight before we bring my guy on here real quick, because he's in the back door and he's already ready to scorch y'all up with something hot tonight. So listen, shout out to your LA Law, man. Oh, man, thank you. Thank you for coming on the broadcast, showing love. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Mr. Kennard Haney in the building. Hello, everyone. What's up, Lambo Drew? God bless you, man. God bless you, Kim, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow my guy, man, Kennard Haney, man, on his YouTube channel, just as it is Kennard Haney on his YouTube channel. Definitely shout out to the guy. Miss Reagan, shout out to you for being in the building, man. Greetings, everyone. Shout out for always showing faithful love, man, each and every single week. My guy, Jamal Titus, is in the building. Shout out to you, Jamal Titus, JT, in the building. I'm so excited that, like I said, you guys will definitely be hearing from him in June. So he did a great job with Don LaPlume on here. So definitely we're going to get him back in here while the coach go get some treatment. So I got you. We got to get that right. Shout out to my baby for making it happen each and every single week. Shout out to her and my kids who has allowed to sustain me through this time and through this process. When they've been helping daddy out, making sure that daddy gets better, so I can at least try to come in here for this small window of a broadcast each and every single week so we can bring y'all some of these wonderful guests who are definitely changing the culture with their message. So shout out to my baby. Love you much, baby girl. Shout out to PC Smith in the building. Patricia Smith, another great family friend, man. Thank you. You guys have seen PC Smith. She was on the broadcast too. Gave some wonderful nuggets, man, back in, I think it was February or March. So shout out to the homie being in here and doing her thing. Jamal Tidy say, put me in, Coach. Hey, you know I'm putting you in, man. So you don't even have to worry about that. I'm definitely going to put you in and make sure that we get some stuff going in the building, all right? Listen, PC say, shout out to Ro and the kids. Oh, yes. Shout out to PC, Ro and the kids. What's doing their thing, man. Listen, I just wanted to go ahead and answer those comments real quick. I don't want to hold tonight up because tonight you guys are definitely, it's a blessing to hear this much of my voice. Me not being able to speak on the phone, talk with people, communicate with people much, man. Just taking time to myself and allowing, God to heal it as well as the medications to work, man. It's been a blessing. And I'm truly thankful, man, for science and what medicine has done, but most of all, what God is doing in our life. The God that definitely, man, touches and heals and holds. So I'm speaking even in the power of my voice today, no matter what condition I am, I'm speaking over somebody tonight that you will be changed and you will be healed and you will be delivered and you will be set free no matter what state that you are in, neither what condition that is attacking your body. By the blood of Jesus Christ, I speak that you are healed, whole in the matchless name of Jesus Christ. So tonight, listen, we speak that thing. We speak that thing as though this be not as though this were, but we're going to have a man who's going to speak into you guys tonight some of the greater things that he has. His community, man, is my pulpit is different. If you don't know, you better get acclimated to that entire saying. My pulpit is different. Shout out to my guy, man, Damian Burris, who is in the building. And we're going to bring him on now. I ain't going to go ahead and elaborate no more. We're going to bring him in, put the game in, and put the ball into his court. Mr. Burris, shout out to you. Welcome to the Leverage Show tonight.
How you doing, man? It's good to be on. How you feeling?
Like, hey, brother, you know what? If I'm here, man, I'm blessing everything, man, to be living. Blessed to be living, baby.
Absolutely.
So
man.
I tell people, man, no matter what state I am, I'm content. So talk to us, Mr. Burris, tonight, because they've been waiting to hear your voice for the last few months now.
Man, I'm excited, man. I'm so excited to be here, man.
D, did your mic go out, D? Check your mic for me, D. Can y'all hear him?
How about now? Where we at?
We can hear you now. There you go. There you go, D.
Cool.
My guy.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, man.
No, you good. You good.
Man, it's good to be in the building with you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Man, dude, I thank you. I thank you because Mr. Burris, man, you're the hottest guy, man, right now in the game who is killing it down there. I'm so proud of you. Let the people know exactly what's new been going on since the last time we have talked and spoken with you. And what new have you went on ahead, man, and put to the forefront lines of things?
Man, Drew, this it's amazing. I'm a person of purpose. So I don't believe that things happen simply because of chance. By definition, we are living in a month of May, right? Well, by calendar, we're living in the month of May. By definition, we're living in a month called permission. When we were children, we played a game called Mother May I.
Come on now.
And in order for you to advance, you had to get permission and you had to ask the right way in order for you to advance. Also, May also means possibilities. So what I've been telling my camp, my people, my community, is virtually impossible for you to live by definition in a month of permission and God not open doors for you. It's all what you're believing. It's all about what you're hearing, and it's all about what's happening in your life. What you're speaking is being manifested in these 31 days. We've been on this month of May in my camp, my community. I've been getting testimonies of people that's been hired permanently, getting $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 raises. God has been causing things to happen in their life. They're transferring from one job to the next where they're getting 21,000 more than what they asked for. I mean, virtually living in a month where God says, for the next 31 days, I've opened up the windows of heaven, and whatever you're asking me for in purpose, I'm gonna do it. So we're living in a month of permission.
Wow.
That's what's happening.
That's what's happening. That's what you're speaking over your community, and it's coming to pass.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
See, and that's the thing that Damian, we got to say this, man. That's the thing that most people, they come to us for, guidance, advice, and all of these things. But when you truly are walking in it and you can speak a word and that word manifests, then people say, you know what? That's the real deal at that point.
Right.
That's the real deal at that point.
I don't know.
So you got to tell me just a little bit. I know the people are wanting to hear this. Tell them about your new podcast and everything else that you're going out, because people are probably wondering, like, where is he speaking at? What community? Where is he speaking at? And also let the people know how they can go ahead and tap into that.
Yeah. So I do something every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. It's called My Pulpit is Different Morning Show. It's where I get up every single Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and we are live from 7:30 to 8. I'm not on long. It's just for you to start your day. It's your mental breakfast. What we realize is this: breakfast is any part of the day. We always think breakfast is, when we first wake up, and that's true. But the first thing that breaks your fast, right? The first thing that you put in your mouth to break the fact that you haven't been eating while you were asleep is what your body fuels from. So the mental breakfast, if you're hearing something positive, if you're hearing purpose, if you're hearing God's word for you before you start your day, then usually you're going to be fueled for the rest of the day. So every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm on my IG at Damian Burris. It's very simple, Damian Burris on IG Live, and we're on from 7:30 to 8, and we're talking about different topics that deal with purpose. I can't stress it enough. You are not here by chance. You're one of one, and there is a purpose. There's an outline, and there are nations of people that you have been assigned to for God to get what he's done in your life to cause other people to overcome. There's a scripture that says we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. If you follow my boy Lamb already in the Bible, right?
Yes,
the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Here's why people are not overcoming. The blood of the Lamb is there. People are not giving their testimony about how they overcame. So I'm here as a catalyst to push you and say, hey, I've survived it. I've gone through it. I've been through some things so you can get through it. So I'm here every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday to help you realize and cultivate that there's something greater inside of you that has to get out to the world.
And what time does that start on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, Dean?
7:30 to 8.
7:30 a.m. Eastern time, right?
Eastern Standard. That's it.
Eastern Standard. My guy. So shout out to you for those who are definitely wanting to jump into that. Make sure they can go ahead, man, and tap into that. And they can tap into that, what, through your YouTube? I mean, through your Instagram or what, Dane?
That's IG.
IG?
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys can follow Damian Burris at Damian Burris, Damian Burris. Make sure you guys who are in here, man, somebody put that in the comments. I see we got these comments. They rolling in, man, doing what they do best real quick. Put that in the comments, man. They was letting you know it's muted. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Tisha, being on here. Shout out to you, Tanya, being on here. This is your community. I see them showing up, man.
Yeah.
They're showing up out here. PC Smith, we can hear you. Jamal Titus, we can hear you now. Somebody say hi, Dad. Shout out to you.
I have no idea who that is.
I know. I had to ask. I had to look like. Now, hopefully, that might be so. I don't know. That might be one of mine out there. Shout out to you. Jamal Titus said, Damian in the house, man. Shout out to you. Titus in the building. Tanya definitely say the month of permission. Definitely. Shout out to you, the month of permission. The harvest time, good. Good evening, everyone. Harvest time. Letitia say that's good. Speaking on what you already speaking, Dane. Shout out to my wifey with the Dane with that. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Listen, we want to go on ahead, Dane. And tonight, I already kind of told you this. We can talk about all of the stuff. Dane has has came here and gave us a ton load of information the last time. But tonight, my voice will begin to go silent, and we're going to allow Dame's voice on here to do some speaking. And whatever Dame has already had decided to speak, he's getting ready to speak and have the floor. So without further ado, I give you guys Damian Burris tonight to be able to speak to y'all and impart with y'all.
I appreciate you, man. I will not have y'all long. You know how we do in church. We talk all the time and we tell you that we won't be here long. I came here for a good time, not a long time. So I just want to impart into your lives something simple. You have to realize that God has created us to be moral free beings. The basis of what my pulpit is different is simply a platform for people that understand that they have a calling, they have a job, but it's not necessarily them rushing to the raised platform. It's not necessarily them being booked on a convocation or convention. It's not necessarily those things. What it is you identifying that my life has purpose. And for that reason, I'm going to seek out exactly what it is I'm supposed to be doing. You may find purpose in frying chicken. You may find purpose in speaking. You may find purpose in cutting hair. You may find purpose in styling. Whatever that purpose is, it has the ability to reach people in a way that would cause them to love themselves more, to feel better about themselves. Whatever God has placed in you instinctively, think about it. You don't have to teach a lion how to roar. You don't have to teach a fish how to swim. But what you do is you mold and you deal with the things that you've been given internally and instinctively by God, and you shape those things to turn this world upside down. We now know about the salvation of Jesus Christ and who he is and what he's been to us by him and 12 other men. They turned the world upside down, causing us to still talk about it over 2,000 plus years ago. So what I want you to realize and understand that there are people that you're going to be attached to that have to hear what it is that you've gone through so they can make it out. I did a study not long ago. I said something in the community, and I want to drop this here. And I promise you, I'm not going to be here long. I promise you. I want to let you in on something. You have, as a human being, you make 35,000 decisions a day. If my community is in here, they know exactly where I'm going. You make 35,000 decisions a day. Lambo, 35,000 decisions a day. That means what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to eat, what way I'm going to take to work, how I'm going to wear my hair, what clothes am I going to put on, who I'm going to speak to today at work, who am I not going to speak to, what accounts am I going to open, what accounts am I going to shut down, what phone calls, all those things from the time you wake up to how your feet hit the floor, to whether you brush your teeth, your hair, your shower, your iron, whatever you do, there's 35,000 decisions that you make daily. Here's what I want to put in right here. In order for you to change your life and to go in an opposite direction, you have to make a decision. Newton's law said an object that's standing still, that does not be pushed by another object, will not move. An object going in the same direction will not change its course unless it's met by a greater force. And also the law says any object that's pushed on the end of that spectrum, there's another force that's pushing it back greater. I'm saying to you, your life is not going to be easy. It's not going to come like Sunday morning, but what's going to happen is you are going to have to make a decision. You're given 35,000 a day. 245,000 a week, 12,740,000 a year. You mean to tell me in all of those decisions, we're going to round up to 13 million. So we're going to call this episode 13 million. In 13 million decisions that you make in a 365-day calendar, 52 weeks, right? You mean to tell me not one of those decisions have the ability to push you to your purpose? No, I can't agree with that. Why? Simply because there's something on the inside that you've been given by God that causes the world around you to come to subject to who and what you are. The world is ran by God out, but he gives us the power to do exactly what we need to do. So I'm here to interject purpose into your life. Find out what it is that you've been created to do. Stop living the fear factor of life. Fear factor simply says, I'm afraid to do something, but if the prize is good enough, I will face my fears as long as I'm compensated. If you're doing something that you don't like doing or you afraid to do simply because you do it because there's a check on the other end, you're living fear factor. If you're doing something simply because they're paying you, but you hate it, you're living in fear factor. You have to push yourself to get out of line or get out of the norm, right? To get to a place where you need to be, because there's people, places, ideas, and things that are waiting for you. I was talking to somebody this morning today while I was in Target, and I was telling them I'm reading a book called Derek Sivers' Fish Don't Know That They're in Water. Is a quote. Here's the crazy part about it. Fish are born with gills to survive the waters, right? You can't put human beings in that because our lungs are made to inhale air. Fish lungs are made to inhale water. They're gills. Here's the thing. We have grown proverbial gills to help us function in dysfunctionality. We've come to a place where we know the waters are coming in. We know the tide is there. We know we're swimming upstream. We know things are happening for us. We know we're depressed. We know we're taking on love losses. We know we're not in functioning relationships, but we've developed proverbial gills that allow us to swim with the current simply because we don't want to change what's happening. You don't realize that you're better until you've been sick. You don't realize that you're hot until you've been cold. So these things that are happening to you, you've grown proverbial gills just to simply stay in the place that you're in. I came to educate you. Educate does not mean to teach. It simply means to draw out. I'm trying to draw out of you the greatness and the purpose that God has placed on the inside of you so you can release the gills, so you can breathe differently. You don't know you're breathing incorrectly until you're out of the situation and realize, wow, I survived this. I'm breathing so much better. So my thing to you tonight is stop making decisions that cause you to go along with the flow. You have 35,000 a day, 245,000 a week, and 13 million in a year. There is one decision that you can make every single day out of the 35,000 that will cause your life in the next 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 days, 5 years to have a different course. I'm telling you, you have purpose and you have to stick to it. Drew, I hope I did some kind of justice with helping your people realize that God has created them to be so awesome.
You know, Dame, it don't matter, brother, if you speak just 1, 2 words, 2 sentences. You have done, man, more than enough to be able to go ahead and speak a word into their lives today, man. You know, let me tell you something, Dame. A lot of people, man, they are in that state, trying to figure out, you know, why? Where am I coming? You know, where am I going? Why am I existing? Right. The question why. That's been a big question why for a lot of people. Right. I think tonight, after listening to what you said tonight, some people are going to get ready to start saying, you know what? I'm getting ready to answer that question why. I'm getting ready to answer that question why. They have been using, and they have been people, and then I hate to say this, but they have been people. They have been waiting, just like that gentleman who was trying to be put up into the pool. They've been waiting and everything for somebody to put them in the pool, waiting for somebody to pick them up from in the place where they're at and move them into the place that they truly desire to go. And they've been laying stagnant there because many various reasons, whether it's fear, whether it's trust, whether it's all kind of different issues that they may have had. And they're saying, man, who can pick me up and put me in there? So the people out there tonight, who do you believe that they say that they can pick me up and they're waiting to be picked up? What do you say to them? Because they've been waiting to be picked up from one place, their mess, their trouble, their sickness, their downfall. They've been waiting to be picked up from that place and put into the place where they desire to be. What do you say to those people who are out here like that?
Well, Drew, when you dissect that scripture, I would have to say it's a mentality.
Talk to us.
It's a mentality, because when you look at that scripture, now from what I read and what I interpret, he's brought to the pool every day. He's not spending the night at this pool. He's brought to the pool every day. So now what's happening is you're settling for being around change, but you don't have the courage enough to be pushed into change. Now, it's either my friends don't love me enough or I'm settling for being just close enough to being different. And that mentality has gripped you to say, I can see change all around me, but now sustaining change and taking that next step. Listen, it said his legs were he couldn't walk. Now, the pools I remember, you can actually use your hands. And if you keep pulling yourself to a certain point, you can get to where you pull yourself where you're fully immersed in water. If you're getting by the pool, you can get in the pool. So sometimes it's the mentality of the people that you hang around, or the mentality for you not to face change that causes you to lay by a pool for 38 years and blame everybody else that's jumping in on why you have not succeeded. So in order for you to want change, you got to change the mindset of how you view how you're going to get to the water.
Yeah. Well, Dame, you beat me all the way to my next point on that one, Dame. Listen, Dame, I honestly, man, there are people in this life and people in the community, man, who truly desire to go and swim. They truly desire to swim. And have you never noticed that because of fear and people have never been swimming, they're getting the shallow end of the pool and stuff like that. Like, yo, I ain't going swimming and stuff. If something was to happen, God forbid, if they're riding in a boat, Dame, you know definitely much about boats. And if they were to ever go over that boat, they would be a lost cause, man.
Right.
They would panic. They would be taken in water, and they would literally go ahead and drown eventually if nobody is there to save them.
Right.
For somebody out there, man, we put out lifelines each and every single week to help you guys learn how to swim.
Right.
Teach you. Now, it's a mindset. Dame said it's a mindset. The thing about it is that more people, if you see, just look at a pool, especially in the Black community. And I'm going to say this, the Black and brown community and the minority community, we are constantly, if you look at any pool, we go to the wave pool. I'm born and raised in the South. So the wave pool and everything, man, you will see all of the grown Black folks and everybody at this end of the rope. And everybody know that rope signifies this one is going over your head. This water is going over your head. The waves are going to be a lot more higher on this end. If you can't swim, stay back on the rope of safety. Right. And I think that just like the gentleman who was sitting at that pool, he was in his safety zone. What could people do, man, moving forward, Dane, to get outside of that safety zone and say, you know what, we're going to learn how to swim. We're going to learn how to tread water. Talk to us, Dane, tonight, man.
Man, that's a great point. For one, you're going to have to take swimming lessons. And what happens is, what we don't realize as human beings, what helps us in water is when we have the ability to fill our lungs, it causes us to float. We don't trust the system internally enough for us to get past the rope. If you can fill your lungs up with enough air and not open your mouth, you can go under and you'll bounce back up, simply because your body works as floaties. As long as you don't open your mouth and let the air out, your body will naturally float back to the top because you have air on the inside. But when you don't understand how the lungs work and that they actually help you, you do the opposite. The minute you get in, you open your mouth underwater, and now you fill with air, with water, what's supposed to be filled with air. So now you don't trust the internal system that will cause you to float. So now let's take that away from swimming. You don't trust the internal system that God has already placed on the inside of you. So you're filling it with water instead of air. You're giving it all the wrong things. You're giving it all the wrong people. You're giving it all the wrong thoughts. You're giving it all the wrong attention. But if you can manage to fill the lungs with air and not water, and when you go under, you'll come back up. So you got to take swimming lessons, but you also have to trust what God has already placed on the inside that will cause you to float back to the top.
Boy, y'all just, if that ain't enough for y'all to be running to go and hit we need to join Dane on his Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. I don't know what else at this point that y'all don't need. If that ain't enough revelation for y'all to go ahead and go on his IG at Damian Burris, man, and go hit that like and follow button. Y'all make sure y'all go hit that like, follow button, and y'all tap in, man, at 7:30, man, a.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. For those spots. Listen, this guy's amazing. Like I'm just gonna throw something out there. You know, I remember they was throwing stuff out there for Jakes. And Stephen Furtick. I don't know if you remember seeing this. Stephen Furtick and Bishop Jakes and everything, man, they were sitting down. And Stephen Furtick would throw Jakes a word at a conference. And then Jakes and everything. You remember seeing that? And Jakes he would go off on just a sentence or word. So this is my analogy. So y'all gonna get some words tonight. And Dame is just getting ready to go do what he gonna do best with this thing tonight. Right. So listen, all right. So y'all done heard the analogy of the swimming. Now tonight and everything, man, you're getting ready to hear another one. I'm got to shift gears with you. Listen, there are so many people in life. They've been hearing this thing for years. They've been hearing the shift. The shift is coming. The shift is coming. The shift is coming. And just like a vehicle, there are some people, man, a lot of people, majority of people who don't know how to drive a stick shift. They're so used to the automatic doing it for them. But the stick shift and everything, man, guess what? You got to put a little work in, or they don't know how to shift the stick. To get to the next shift, what could somebody do out here who's saying they're stuck in life or stuck in limbo or stuck in gear one, and they have not made it from gear one to gear 6 where they see everybody else thriving at Dame? No, you got that yellow Corvette out there. I don't know if that's automatic or stick. Maybe automatic for you people.
It's an automatic. It's definitely automatic. But I know how to drive a stick. I definitely know how to drive a stick. So you said the people that are stuck and they don't know how to shift. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct.
Okay. So here's the problem. Here's the problem. The problem with not being able to shift has everything to do with the fact that you haven't engaged the clutch. So what happens is the clutch allows the engine to engage and disengage. So you have the ability to move freely. The issue is you don't have enough RPM. There's not enough power to cause you internally to move forward, but there's something that's holding you into that position. Now, when you find the clutch in life, it allows you to move from one place to the next. When you engage the clutch, you get the RPM up high enough, you can move a small distance in the gear to the next level. The problem is not that you don't have the mechanics. The problem is not your tires. The problem is not the engine. The problem is you've allowed yourself to be stuck in one place and you haven't engaged the ability for you to move forward. So you got to engage the clutch, get the RPM, get the power moving, and you can get to the next place in life. I promise you can.
Okay. So those people who don't know they don't even know what a clutch is at this point, man. For those who ain't never been born with one, man, talk to them. So listen, we are all about shifting to the next level, man.
Right.
And making you move to the next level. My question is to you, Dane. You know, we there's a lot of people, man, like I say, who are either stuck at the pool, who are stuck, don't know how to drive a clutch. And then there's some people and everything, man, who are we even talked about learning how to tread water as well. So we can put that in there as well. Then there's people and everything, man, who are scared to fly. Mm-hmm. Could you tell me about the people, man, who may be scared to fly, who may be saying, you know what, I would rather just take a nice car ride. I may not ever see Hawaii, but I sure would love to go to Hawaii. But they can't go to Hawaii either by plane or only by boat. And they don't want to take a boat and they don't want to take the plane. They'd rather just drive. Could you tell me in life, for those who have fear in them from taking something that has been designed to actually speed up time, those and everything, man, who are stuck in that place, what could they actually do to break that fear of flying?
This is not mine. I heard this, and I have to give credit to where it's due because he's a brilliant mind. Myron Golden did something in a symposium or a meeting. He talked about how in order for you to overcome an energy, it has to be met with a greater energy. And begin to break down the power of lift. Mm-hmm. In order for a plane to overcome gravity, friction, and thrust, it has to overcome all of those things by air molecules going over the wing and one getting back to the wing faster than the other, right? So once the air molecules hit the wing and they break, the atoms split over the top of the wing, and the wind gets back to the plane, which causes lift. Now, in order for that to happen, there has to be a constant flow of air moving. You have a problem with staying grounded and not getting to the next level. It's simply because you don't understand how to cause high pressure to flow to low pressure. And when you can get that to happen in your life, you have the ability to lift. Something that big, that size, with human beings on it, virtually should never come off the ground. But because the power of lift, after it gets into the air, sustains it, and then you have the engines propelling it forward, right? But you have the power of lift. Now, you have to overcome gravity that pulls you down. You have to overcome friction that rides, and you have to overcome thrust, the thing that makes you drag, right? So once you can overcome the friction, the gravity, and the thrust, you can lift. Right? But you have to realize this: life is going to constantly cause you to have drag. It's going to cause you to have gravity, and it's going to cause you to have thrust and friction, which all work against what you're trying to do. But if you can ever monitor the 8-inch world, listen, here we go again. If you can ever monitor what's between your ears, what causes you to beat gravity, what causes you to beat thrust, what causes you to beat drag, it's what you think. It's what you think that causes you to overcome everything that's been happening in your life. And then you get to a new place where you start to experience elevation. And when that happens is you can keep momentum going by simply understanding how to create velocity behind you. If you've ever seen birds fly, they fly in a V. The reason they fly in a V is because the wind from the lead bird creates a wind behind them. So everybody that's behind the lead bird has the ability to keep their wings expanded and not work, and everybody rides along with them. You're creating lift for people behind you. You're not just up there just flying simply because you have nothing to do. You're leaders. You've been established, and God is causing you to create velocity for the people that are behind you. And then sometimes you have to switch lead birds, but the person in the front is doing the flapping while everybody else is doing the coasting. So when you get to a place that you can experience lift, don't forget that there are people behind you that need your wind. Yeah.
Boy, you're just in a whole different zone right now, man. Game. Stop it, man. You lighting us on fire right now, dude. You lighting us on fire. Some of y'all and everything, man, gonna have to go back and replay this, man, over and over again, just to be able to get that breakdown of what he just said. I'm telling y'all this right now. Listen, I gotta say this, man, because this is the truth. What happens in everything, man, to I see this all the time, and this is another great thing, where you have a coach and a player. And a coach and the player, man, they're playing on the team. And the coach and everything, man, looks at the player, and the player says, hey, man, I know how to do my job. And the coach says, I'm going to go allow you to do your job. What happens, man, in life, man, when you see a player gets in front of a coach or believe that they may know more than the coach? What happens in life at that point, Dame?
Well, here's the thing. When you get in front of your coach, now don't get me wrong. Here's the crazy part about coaching. Most coaches can't do now what the player is doing in most scenarios. If we're talking sports, I don't know a coach that can get out on the field in professional sports because they're not in the same shape. They don't. They're much older, with the exception of these younger coaches. They're much older. You know, they had their time. But what a coach is there to do? A coach is there to help you remember fundamentals. A coach is not there to tell you how to play the game. You're there playing the game because you conditioned and you're able to be in that arena. Let's just use professional sports. There's something that you did day in and day out that's caused you to learn how to work the mechanics, how to have court vision, how to have quarterback vision, how to read the play, how to know when they stack in the box, or whatever it is you're playing, right? But here's the thing. A coach is there to help you remember fundamentals, to help you remember you got to that spot late, to help you remember you didn't come off the screen hard enough, to help you remember you're lagging on the play, to help you remember you got to read the defense and see when they're stacking the box or when they're rushing the line, right? So there are certain things that coaches have the ability to see because they're watching from a different lens than you do when you're watching from emotions, when you're watching from a whole bunch of emotions and things that are happening, because you don't realize this. So when a person is in the gym after they missed a free throw, they're not rehearsing what they learned in the NBA. They're rehearsing what they learned in Pee Wee, what they learned in AAU. Shoulders, feet, with your feet shoulder width apart, elbows tucked, and you follow through. That's a free throw stance. You learned that in AAU. Yeah. So a coach is there to help you remember fundamentals. So whenever you start getting in front of the coach, you now take away what's called hindsight. See, the coach has a better angle of the players than you do. So you have to always trust the person that has the ability to see more than you do. You don't need a coach that can do what you do. You need a coach that can help you remember what makes you better. I was having a conversation with somebody spiritually the other day about pastors. A lot of celebrities or a lot of people that are in certain fields of ministry that have a big following, they think they have to go find the following or the leader that has more than them. Right. My pastor said something so powerful the other day. He said, Damian, if you really look at when Moses had an issue in Egypt, a multi-billion-dollar industry, he didn't go consult a Egyptian counselor on how to run it. He went and consulted his father-in-law, who has never had the responsibility over sheep like the Egyptians. So here's what I'm saying. You don't need a leader that has a bigger following. You need a leader that has a bigger heart. So then the coach that you choose to be your covering or to be the person that propels you further has the ability to bring you in from what's in your heart and not from what's talent.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. Dame, boy, it's Dame. When I feel like Damian Lillard, when it's Dame time, you start hitting that Dame time. That's what it was. It's Dame time. It's Dame time.
Yo,
yeah. Shout out to and everything, Dame, man, doing what Dame do best, man. You know, I once heard the great Phil Jackson say, the coach of the Bulls as well as the Lakers, man. He said, man, sometimes, man, he would let the players, when he got them to the point, he would let them figure it out. He would say, man, sometimes when you get there on the floor, sometimes he would be a man of little words when he could. And he would allow the players to figure it out. But that's after they have been trained properly.
Right.
After they have been coached, after they've been trained properly. And then he allowed them to figure it out. I remember one time, man, he said one of the most powerfulest things, man, to me. Well, not to me, to the broadcast. And he said he remember one time Phil Jackson, everybody knew, had a heart condition and stuff like that. And he went sick and stuff like that real bad. And Phil Jackson said he was out taking care of his heart. He said, man, the players would go ahead and they would huddle themselves with the other coaches and the other staff. And he said they would literally manipulate and run the plays as if he was still there because he can hear the voice in their ear. Sometimes and everything, man, the coach and everything, man, most people may not see the coach there. And they sit back up there and they say, well, man, you know what? What do I hear? What do I hear in my ear? And they'll get frustrated because they're used to holding somebody else by the hand. What do you say about somebody and everything, man, who needs to be felt that they need to be held by the hand by walking each and every step of the way when these players now are now in the NBA league, when most of them say, you know what? You've taught us this. We're going to trust the opinion of the other coaches and the staff around them.
Yeah, a leader, the great thing about a leader is a leader understands when to be the leader and when to just oversee what's happening. I think leadership simply means I go first. Yeah. Leaders now think you have to point and the followers are going to do. No, you have to go first, right? So once they see you do it, once they understand it, they understand how it works, they can handle it. But a person that needs their hand held the entire way, I'm convinced that it might not be the position that they need to be in. I can't teach you boxing out at the NBA level. I can't teach you how to read plays at the NBA level. I can't teach you how all these things work at the NFL level. You have to already be equipped with certain things. And the ability for Phil Jackson to not be there is simply the dedication and hard work, and then what the military calls muscle memory. Muscle memory is simply repetitions of doing something over and over and over again. And then now I don't rely on thought, I rely on memory. So now my muscles don't need me to talk. They're automatically trained to do it when they see something. My eyes have the ability to communicate to my muscles without my mind or my mouth speaking. Simply because I have done it in repetition. Now, if you don't have muscle memory, then whatever you're doing is not from a rehearsed or practiced platform. So then I got to question, what are you doing if you've never practiced it? So now the reason why Phil Jackson can do that is because he's conditioned them in the practice, the muscle memory, to understand when they're doing this, when they're trying to, when the team is beating us on the 3-point line, now we're in 3-2. When they're driving in, now we're in 2-3. When they got somebody that can run the ball, we're in zone, we're in box 1, whatever the case is. So you got to understand what you see, then you have to readjust. But you can't allow the coach to be on there to hold your hand. Think about it. There is a guideline for the coach. The coach can't be but within certain feet of the players, or he'll get a tech. So a lot of y'all are trying to get your coach to run down the field or the court with you, and you can't do that. He has to stay on the sideline, and you can hear him in earshot, but he can't run up down the court with you or the field. You got to trust what he said. You got to read signals, and you got to understand what's happening.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep, man. That's deep, man. We're going to try to hurry up and get to some of these questions, man. I don't want to go ahead and get these things behind us and stuff like that, man. They're showing love to you, man. Jamie says, what's the best way to become a decent and honorable person?
The best way to become a decent and honorable person. Wow. That's a lot to unpack. I would say pray. Pray and ask God to show you how. The Bible says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So I think that's the first step to being a great and decent person, is treating other people right. And once you do that, reciprocity kicks in, and you start to become the person that you need to be by giving others what it is that they need. I heard somebody say, you only keep what you give away. So whatever you're trying to reciprocate, you have to give that out.
Wow, that's good, Dame. Dame time, man. Shout out to my guy Tracy in the building, man. My guy getting it in, doing what he's doing on the broadcast another week, man. Shout out to Cynthia Davis in the building. Good evening, Cynthia. Mother-in-law is in the building. Shout out to your mother-in-law. Shout out to your Dina. Dina's in the building.
That's my family right there.
That's your family right there?
Yeah.
What? What's she doing? What family doing like that, man?
That's my family. We grew up together, same church.
That's good. South Carolina.
You know it.
That's what's good. That's what's good. Well, shout out to you, Reagan, man. Shout out to you, Dina. Dina say change your mind. Said that's 100%, man. That's really good, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Say so. Shout out to you. Tracy says, what about when the instructor doesn't teach you even though he says he will, and you have paid for the lessons?
You need to talk to the instructor. Mentors are busy. I will say that. You're going to chase mentors. You're going to chase mentors. Sponsors are going to find you. You're going to chase mentors. Sponsors are going to find you. So that's one thing that you have to look at, and you have to know and understand with that. But you gotta do what it is you need to do in order for you to get what you need. So yeah.
I love it, man. You definitely have to do that, man. Really say yes, W-2 versus 1099 versus C2C or entrepreneurship.
I don't know if that's a question or what.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I see it and everything, man. Shout out to my son Lamine, man. He on here. Say hi, Dad. You have a nice stream. Shout out to you, man. Being on here, enjoying the right time. Reginald Thomas said, "That's what's up." Yadina, your cuz showing some love, man.
Yeah.
Putting you in the building. Hi, Auntie. Jamal said the trader gets played to another team. I guess he was speaking to when the player or whatever and everything, man, does not follow or whatever, man, something directions or something like that we was talking about. Can a coach without communication? That's a good one.
Can a coach without communication? I've heard somebody say you're going to learn more from watching me than me telling you. So I think there's an ample that you can learn from watching somebody without them communicating anything. So yeah, I think there's a portion of coaching that can happen from simply watching.
Yeah. And Tracy said it's a heart matter.
Right.
Yeah, speaking on that, Phil Jackson and stuff like that. Cynthia Davis said, amen. Tracy says, so does there have to be a certain level of upper training?
Explain more of that, Tracy. I got to understand what you're meaning. There are levels to training, of course. You know, one-on-one with me is much different than group session.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. They've been missing their one-on-ones with me, man. I've been out of commission, man, for a month now. So everybody's been missing their one-on-ones with Drew.
Right.
People ready to fly in and everything else and the whole nine and deals and everything, man, literally in the thing. So yeah, we shout out to you, man, for you guys in the chat. So yeah, make sure you guys, man, put those chats in there for real, man, on that. So yeah, listen, it comes to me tonight, man. I don't want to go in here. We're not going to keep you alone tonight on here, Dane. But it comes to me to say, man, that everything that we have spoken about, this is a personal issue that people are taking personal. This is no other issues that people and everything, man, are saying, you know, hey, I got to blame my mom. Hey, I got to blame my family. Hey, I got to blame this. This is a personal issue that people are in the state that they're in. Correct, Dane?
Right. It is. It's a personal issue. Now, we've all been dealt a hand. We all have been dealt a hand, and some hands are worse than others. I will say that. It's not your fault what people do to you, but it is your fault how you respond.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way in all of that to still come out on top. And Tony Robbins said, if you're going to blame your parents for why you don't have, when you get it, you're going to have to blame them for why you have it. So the same thing that we blame as to why we don't have is the same thing that fuels us to get what we have. So you know, there's only so far that the blame goes before it starts to turn to fuel. If you're blaming always ends in complaining, then I'm convinced that it wasn't that bad because you decided to stay there and just complain. The lepers in the Bible said, we're going to die either way. So we might as well die trying instead of just sitting here waiting for us to be caught. And you know the story, they turned around and they were healed. But you have to know and understand that if you're going to blame anything as to why you don't have, it's the same fuel that causes you to get what you need.
Wow. Do you believe that, speaking of that, I had a lady I turned around, man, and some time ago I remember talking with, man, and she had harbored all of this bitterness. And every time she would speak out and talk to people, it was bitterness. And I remember, man, you know, speaking to her, I said, man, you know, you sure do spit out a lot of venom. And her response was, I learned that because of what I've been through in the past. Well, I've been through this in the past, and I've been through that in the past. I've been through this in the past. And they can harbor that. Do you believe that, you know, people will harbor stuff like that continuously on their heart, man? Just nonstop, man. And just continue to die, man, a death daily?
Absolutely. I was in a counseling session one time, and the counselor was talking. It was me and somebody else. And they were talking, and they said, you know, at a certain point in life, you can no longer say that this thing has a hold of me. After a certain point, you have a hold of it. And you get comfortable having the ability to use as a crutch. This is why I behave the way I do, because what was done to me. Well, done is not the same as doing. Done is past tense. Done can never be present. Doing is present. So if done is not doing, then it's not the done. That's the problem. It's you. So you have to be confident enough to say, yeah, I went through that. That happened to me and I'm learning from that, but I'm going to let go of this thing and choose something different. 35,000 decisions a day. You can't make 12, let's say 13 million decisions for the past 10 years, every single year, and you still wind up at the same place. You're using your decisions to do nothing. And it's telling on you, because if you're in the same place 10 years from now, then you've wasted 13 million decisions a year. And at that point, we're now at 130 million decisions of you deciding to do the same thing.
130 million decisions.
There's no way, Lambo, that you can tell me that for 10 years, if you're stuck, that you've taken 130 million chances and blown every single one.
No, that sounds like that's a personal thing. That's that you need to be signing up and joining, man, the My Pid community ASAP with that, man.
But Drew, do you? I don't even know if the audience tonight can even comprehend the power in 13 million decisions. Like, Drew, if somebody gave you 13 million bullets to hit one target and you never hit the target with 13 million bullets, you never hit the target in front of you once. No, Drew. No. It makes you think, what am I doing daily that causes me to not be able to make one decision out of 35,000 in a day, 245 in a week, and 13 million in a year? What am I doing that's causing me not to hit the mark? How am I still dealing with depression? How am I still dealing with poverty? How am I still dealing with suicidal thoughts? How are my relationships not manifesting? How are my children still acting the same way? You've taken 13 million decisions and you've not hit one target. No, it's virtually impossible.
Wow. 13. So you mean to tell me I gotta sit back on this, because I heard you spoke on that, the other morning, man, about that. 13 million decisions in 1 year. 1 year. What happens? I got to know this, Dame, and this is kind of intriguing. What happens when a person at that point blows 13 million decisions in 1 year? Is there any hope that they can rechange next year for them to go ahead, man, and to get back in the game? I'm just asking, is there any hope for those people out there, man?
And this is a crazy question. It takes one decision.
One decision could change 13 million bad decisions for that last year.
And change 13. All you got to do is hit the target.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
One time. 13 million decisions that you blow. You can decide. So we've made 35,000. Well, by the time 12 o'clock get here, or whatever time you woke up from 12 to that, you will have made 35,000 decisions. What have you done with those today? You can make one decision tomorrow that changes your life for the rest of your life. Drew, I can ask you, you can ask me. There is one decision in your life that caused you to be sitting in this chair where you are, talking to me, right? One decision that I made that caused me to be sitting in this chair talking to you, and my life going. It was a lot of decisions, but in order for me to get to this place, there was one decision that I made that caused me to come back to where I am. I can trace it back from the fact that I went I went to go get personal development. Well, from personal development, I went to go be a realtor, a broker in charge. Well, from being a broker in charge, I went to get my real estate license. Well, from getting my real estate license, I made a decision after I got injured in the line of duty to go get my real estate license. Well, while I was in the line of duty, I made a decision to be a police officer. Well, while making that decision to be a police officer, I was studying criminal justice. Well, while studying criminal justice, I made a decision to finish school. So we all go back to one decision that caused you to be sitting where you are. Now, if you're blowing 13 million, it's on you. But one decision can change your life.
One decision. I've seen people, man. You've this. You worked in the police department, man. There's a lot of guys, honest, great guys, who turned around, man, and they're making great decisions their whole life. And one decision and everything, man, being hot-headed or whatever, man, caused them and everything, man, to have a lifetime of prison or 10 years of prison or 20 years of prison. One decision
can cause a man to be free one day, and the next day he's incarcerated for 30 years.
Yeah.
And we hear a split-second decision. That's not even a whole decision.
Yeah.
That's a fraction of the time.
Yeah. Which is crazy, because we had something, and I said I was going to speak on it tonight. We had something that just happened and stuff like that, man, earlier today, where a gentleman walked into a school and started spraying kids and stuff like that in the elementary. And then what it was, 14 people died 15 people died.
Yeah, 14 students and one teacher.
14 in an elementary school. That was. Do you know about 18. That?
Yeah, he was 18. So I'm trying to figure out what was he doing there.
18 years old, just walks in there, just decides to make a decision, and just snap and start. Man, God help us all, man. God help us all, man. If we walk into an elementary school and you start shooting kids, what did the kids do, man? At this point, what did the kids do?
It's really, I heard the old people say it, but Drew, it's really a praying time. It's really a praying time. And not only that, the guy that killed the people in Buffalo, we still haven't got justice for the guy that killed the people in my state, South Carolina, Dylan Roof. That's still pending. So now it's becoming trending now for these young kids to be mass murderers.
Yeah. And be treated with kindness. And be treated, man, walked away with handcuffs and hey, man, you want a Whopper meal or you want a burger or something like that. I mean, just the mentality of that. Like, where are we at in a society of that when we talk about one decision? Do we decide to send our kids to school, now, or do we live in fear and everything, man, and keep them homeschooled at this point?
I'm telling you, it's enough to make you say, you know what, I don't trust it enough. It's enough to make you say that, we can pray over our children and do all those things, but the Bible declares that Satan is the prince of the air. And, sometimes that happens where just as God uses people, the devil does also. And it makes you step back. LeBron posted something today. He was like, man, we really got to pray for our children. It's, when you start going into, God forbid you go into churches and, you go into grocery stores. But now when you start going into schools and shooting innocent children, that's domestic terrorism. Yeah. And we need to treat them as such.
Yeah.
I was on the line. I didn't understand law enforcement. I understand why they gave Dylan Roof a Whopper for a testimony. I understand all that, whatever the case may be, it's protocol. But when you start taking lives of innocent people, and now we're killing juveniles, children, you have to send a hard message that domestic terrorism will not be tolerated, or hate crimes will not be tolerated on U.S. soil. We can take a stance against people that come here and that blow up World Trade Centers. Well, we got to do something about this domestic terrorism that's plaguing our country. Yeah. And we got to take a stance on it and do it hard.
Yeah. Well, we got to do something, man, that can be able to go on ahead, man, and send a message to everybody, even the little kids, the younger kids coming up, man, who may be contemplating that decision because of the music that they listen to, or even these
video games, man.
Yeah.
these video games where they're acting out video. This guy strapped a GoPro camera to his head and just thought it was just cool to live stream him killing people. Like you could just reset the button on a PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the one in Buffalo, right?
Right.
Yeah. There's a guy came to the one white guy that was sitting down on the ground and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, my bad." It went black to hunting. That's exactly what he did. Went to hunting every other African American or minority that was in that store, like they were animals, like they were dogs. And then to see the video footage, and this may sound crazy, but to see the video footage of how they arrested him, they arrested him and had him on his feet as if, like hey man, like you just went in there and just shot people with a BB gun. There was no big force. I understand law enforcement. A shout out for those who are in law enforcement who are out there, man, who are doing a great job, man. But sometimes, man, it looks like it kind of goes overlooked. Where I've seen a guy, man, roughed up for a pack of Skittles, or even selling CDs in front of a store and shot and killed, or even got his neck leaned on because of that. It's just crazy, man.
Well, what these and I call them what these cowards are realizing is when you are surrendering, you're no longer a threat.
Yeah, the threat is off.
Right. So as long as you best believe, I would have to venture to say, you best believe, I can't say that the entire Buffalo the Buffalo Police Department sides with white people and they just don't like black people. You can bet your bottom dollar if they would have given him what we call in law enforcement 3 things: ability, opportunity, and jeopardy, they would have smoked him like a pack of coons. Right?
Really? Yeah.
What he did was he locked himself in the freezer and then he surrendered. So, then you're the murderer if you murder a man that does not have a weapon. So when I throw down my weapon and I say I surrender, I'm coming out with my hands up. The first person that shoots him is going to be on trial right next to him because, if he's dead, vigilante, there's no space for vigilante. And then you create a whole nother monster. Then you start getting the public in it now. They just start killing people and you got a whole bunch of vigilantes running around here. So, law enforcement is doing the best that they can. I think the government just has to crack down on some of these things. And, in Texas, from what I heard, Texas has a law that if two or more people saw you commit a felony, then you don't sit on death row. They expedite. They kill you within like 6 months. So, So, Texas might have been the wrong place for him to do that. I don't know if the suspect is in custody or he dead. I didn't see that. But we got to change these laws of this due process. And for this guy that killed all these people in Buffalo just went and pled not guilty. Now, I mean, this is a joke. It's a joke.
You got to be out. The devil is crazy, man.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
So he really pled not guilty?
He pled not guilty, and because of the law, he's due a trial. And he's innocent until proven guilty. So,
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but then again, I don't get it and everything, man. So for the ones out there, man, we're praying, man, each and every single day, man, for that, man, for what they're going through, man. Tracy said when a player huddles with other players, but they are similar levels looking to the same coach for leadership. I guess that's the question that he was responding to.
You know Tracy?
Yeah, Tracy Good Peoples, man.
Okay.
Hey, Tracy, your nigga the woods. He in South Carolina, man.
Okay.
Hey.
Tracy, it seemed like you had a bad experience, brother. You may just need to sit down and talk with that person, and just see what you can come up with. I understand coaches and leaders, and man, there's a lot on their plate. So sometimes things slip through the crack. They're human, and you just may sit down and have a conversation if you've never had that conversation and say, hey, listen, here's what I need, and this is what I'm not getting, or can you help me out with this, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so you need to, I would say just go talk to that person and see what happens. When a player huddles with other players, but they're a similar level, looking to the same coach for leadership. Yeah, I mean, you gotta know, you gotta know that the person that you sought out to lead you has the ability to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember, Trey, sometimes it's a timing issue, man. Timing is everything, dude. So that's
Mm-hmm.
another big thing.
Right.
Thank you, Damian, for redirecting the focus to untimely for our success in us regardless.
Yeah.
Giving you shout out, giving you some love.
That's
Dina McRae said, one good decision can change your life.
it can.
Yeah, yeah. One decision can change your life. The devil looks out for us, but we often don't take care of each other.
For his. He look out for his.
Yeah. Yeah, looks out for his. Well,
Right.
he definitely looks out for his. Megaverse
Right.
versus the metaverse.
Yep.
So yeah. That's definitely something that's big on that issue and stuff like that, man.
Right.
With how people, man, they are playing like a mind reality game, man, with that metaverse itself, man, and like they're going out there, man, like killing people, man, like it is a freaking game out here, man, and it's not a game, man. It's lives out here, and souls being saved, man. Souls are at jeopardy, man, out here, man.
Right.
So you guys be careful out there, man. I ain't gonna say be careful because if you really protect yourself, man, with God, but be aware of your surroundings.
Right.
That's what I want to say, man. Some people, man, I'm telling you, man, they don't look around in the vehicle. I've seen them driving and turned around, man, follow them, and somebody gets out the vehicle and they turn around and they mugging them, or man, make sure y'all are looking around, especially the ladies who are out there. Check your mirrors, man, at least every 5 to 7 seconds. See who's following you 2-3 cars behind. Right? Right, Dave?
Yeah, man. My head is always on the swivel. My people that know me and they go out with me and hang out with me, they know my head is always on the swivel. And when I get a feeling about something not being right, I'm out.
Yeah. You sound like us, man. We don't play, man. No. Keep your head on the swivel, man. Out there, man. So for those who are out there, man, whatever safety protections, especially for your neighborhoods. Crime is on the rise. I don't know if it's on the rise there, man, where you're at, man, but crime is on the rise everywhere. There have been more stolen cars, more people doing damage to people, man, whether it's voluntarily, involuntarily, mugging, robberies, everything going on. So you guys make sure your head is on the swivel at all times. And you guys haven't seen anything yet when the recession actually comes and stuff like that, man. And you guys will see actually what happens and stuff like that, man.
Right.
Later down the line. So just be going ahead and taking care of yourself. You are. So let me ask you one of my last questions for you, Dame. Are you getting your people ready for the recession proof or what?
Man, that's that's him 500 all day, man. He killing this recession proof, man.
Yeah.
He's killing this recession proof. I think recession proof is a mentality. It allows you to build. Do I think we're about to have another recession? I don't know. I know there's going to be a correction, but a recession, I don't know. I'm nervous about these foreclosures that are going to hit the market. I've seen an increase in ARM rates. Annual adjustable rate mortgages. So you've seen an increase, an uptick in those, but they're locked at a certain point. So the thing that caused the recession the last time is what they weren't locked. So
they were locked. They were ballooned, right?
Right. People that know that they were, up. But I think we're, bread will never go back to 99 cents. Gas will never go back to $1. We're going to adjust. Interest rates are going back to where they were before the pandemic. If I could be totally honest, I saw 6 and mid sixes, high 5s and mid 6s before pandemic. So we're back to where we were. I think we're going to be okay.
So hold on, Dame. Quick question. So have you noticed a drop in sales of homes now since the interest rates started going back up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because what has not leveled out is you got high interest rates and high prices. So the prices haven't come down. So, the price is going to eventually have to drop. Both can't stay up. Now, if both stay up, we'll have a recession. If all this inflation stays up, and nobody gets more money, then it's going to be a tough time. But I think housing prices will start to dwindle. mid 2023. And you'll see these interest rates, go stay, where they are, go back to where they were. But you'll see the house prices dropping. I remember when sellers were giving away trips to the Dominican Republic for a buyer to buy a house. I remember they were giving away TVs. They were raffling off cars to beg you to come in and buy. So it happens. Markets go through this rise and fall, ebbs and flows, and things happen. So it's just real estate. It's life. It's been happening for years. Do I think we're going to a Great Depression or another 2008? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think, we'll have a little correction, which we're seeing now. But I don't think it's going to be doomsday. Okay.
Yeah, I heard a realtor, man, telling me about that. The amount of properties selling right now, it's not so much about the properties why they stop selling. They stop selling because of if you sell, where you're going to go, because everything is raised up at this point. What are you going to buy? What are you going to purchase?
Yeah, the new trend is apartment living. I don't know if you looked at apartments lately, but apartments is booming right now. I know a couple of property managers. She says she's never seen prices like this before, and the reason being is because a house is bigger than where to lay your head. A house is an investment. On Wall Street, they say buy and sell. On your street, they say buy and sell, because a house is an investment. So when you learn to sell at top and you buy at low, then if I tell you, hey man, you're gonna spend $200,000 in investment 3 years ago, and now it's worth $315,000. You gain $115,000. You're gonna tell me you're gonna let that investment just sit there, not knowing how the market is gonna be predicted? You're gonna cash out probably and move on to another investment. Well, it's just the same with a house. They're taking that $115,000 in the equity and they're moving to an apartment until the market calms down, and then they'll build later. But you don't want to wake up and that $115,000 is now only worth $30,000 because you lost on your investment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's game, man, for you out there, man.
Yep.
Shout out to you for that, man. Tiff say so true. People are so into their phones, they don't notice their surroundings.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we come to a society when everything is a phone in the hand and phone in hand. It's super funny, man. Just as a recent within this last month, I've literally, man, have been like almost 90% without a phone in hand or anything like that. Mostly on a tablet, if anything, to not even be able to respond to a lot of people. Just dealing with getting myself correct. You understand?
Absolutely.
So, you know how different that feels of not being able to talk with somebody on the phone and not being able to physically like go ahead in here and talk with people and respond to people. Man, that's different feeling. Right. It's in a different zone for this last month. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but, man, I'm thankful, man. So, somebody may need to try a phone fast. Y'all need y'all need to get away from some phones out there, man. Tracy said, I appreciate you, my coach. I'm just asking questions, man. That's love.
I just got a text on my phone that the death toll has increased to 18 children and 3 adults.
18 children and 3 adults.
Yeah.
So there was children who were shot, and they were waiting to see what the result was then.
They hadn't finished the death count yet, is what it seems like. So this sounds like this is going to be probably one of the biggest mass murders in a school shooting ever. I think Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. What was it? Was it 20 something, right, for Sandy Hook? Or
yeah, I think it was somewhere close. So we're getting close to those numbers.
Man, that's just crazy, man, to see like what's going out there and stuff like that, man. That's
27.
Yeah, Sandy Hook was in the 20s. It was 27, right? Yeah. So I mean, that's still a lot of bodies for kids.
That is
that are just innocent, as well as adults and stuff like that, dude. That there was one teacher that died, right? Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So now it's 20 children and 6 adults. Jesus.
Yeah. Y'all, this is praying time, not playing time, man. So y'all definitely be on your knees, man, and be praying for everybody. And I kind of honestly want to leave the broadcast tonight with Damian closing us in a prayer with just all of this and hearing all of this, man, tonight. and especially for the people, man, who've been on the broadcast tonight, man. Love you to say
Absolutely.
a word over their life.
Yeah. Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this space that you've given us to operate in. And we pray and we just say, God, we need you. We need your love. We need your grace. We need your mercy, God. I pray right now for everybody that's dealing with something in life, God, even the survivors of the victims, God, at that school shooting. I pray peace over their mind right now, that you embody them with your love, with your mercy. Let them feel you holding them right now, God. Even for the survivors that are there, we know that your word is true, but God, put in the mouth of counselors what to say, the ones that are on scene, what to say, how to respond, because this is a sensitive time. And I pray that you bring peace not only to that community, but to the communities that are around us, God. We need love. We need your mercy. We need your grace. We need your kindness to flow in this earth like never before. So I pray that you allow your peace to flow, God, to those families, that you allow your peace to flow to those children at the schools, everything that's happening right now, God. We know that you're still in control, and you're not a man that you should lie, neither the son of man that you should have to repent. So we know that you're in full control, and we thank you for the grace that you've extended to us. We thank you for the blessings that have come, that will come, and that are on the way. So we pray and we ask right now that you continue to be God, continue to show yourself strong, continue to raise people up that will say what it is you commanded them to say, that won't bargain with the enemy, and that will have a mind to do exactly what it is that needs to be done. And I pray for my brother Lambo right now, that you would give a full restoration to his body, to his vocal cords, to his lung, God, restore. And every hindrance that's coming to tear down his health, I bind it right now by the power of the blood of Jesus Christ. And we thank you for complete victory, even in his household. God, we bind the enemy that would come and try to attack anything that has to do with the Lambo family, God. And we thank you for the strength for him to continue. We thank you for the wisdom for him to continue. And we pray that you bless even his nation, the people that you've assigned to him, the people that are following him, God. Put favor on his life and the life of the peoples connected to him. And we thank you for the complete victory. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, man, Dame, dude. You have been more than a blessing, man, to more than what we can even say, man, to ourselves. Thank you, man. Cause see,
Absolutely.
Jesus takes the will. Man, listen, you guys, man, y'all make sure y'all are following Dame, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Make sure y'all are following him. Please, please, please. Follow him, man, at Damian Burris.
That's
At
it.
Damian Burris, man, on IG. At Damian Burris on IG. Also, man, let him know, man, how can he go on ahead, man, and get a hold of you? How can they get a hold of you, Dame?
Man, I'm on every social media platform. Damian Burris on Facebook, Damian Burris on Instagram. My pulpit is different on Facebook. You can get a hold of me through there. There's so many ways you can get a hold of me. You can join my community. Text link to 704-608-608. What is that number? I got so many numbers in my mind. 704-608-2737. I think that's what that is. And you can join our discussion. You can join 237-6808, 704-237-6808, 704-237-6808. I said it wrong. 704-608 237-6808. So yeah, you can text link to that and you can get in contact with us. 704-237-6808. Text the word link to that and you can be in contact with us. We have conversations like this in the community and you can be up to date as to what's happening and what's going on. So I'm excited for us to be here and be in this space. That's it. 704-237-6808. Text the word link and somebody on my staff will get you in. We'll make it happen. And listen, man, Drew, I don't know if I told you, but I've been accepted to receive one of the highest business awards in the world, the biggest in North America and Europe. It's going to be at the St. Regis in New York, in downtown Manhattan. It's a $1,500 dinner per person that's going to be happening. I'll be awarded 40 under 40 for one of the most prestigious leaders in North America. So I'm excited, man. God is amazing. Just old country boy from Bennettsville. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Well, big congrats on that, man. When is this, man?
It's June 30th in New York, Manhattan.
June 30th. Maybe the doctor lift my restrictions. I'll be probably able to travel.
Yeah.
We'll see. June 30th, you said?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, June 30th.
Yep.
Let's see. So, man, shout out to you, Dame, man. Are you serious? 40 under 40, man.
40 under 40. I just made it, man. I turned 40 next year. So they only have one more year to give it to me.
Yeah. You know, Dame, that's a prestigious award because I knew somebody else who won that award and everything, man. Real prestigious award, man. Yeah. So shout out to you and stuff like that, Dame, man. Yeah. Being nominated and getting into that, man. For real. That is just amazing, man. For real.
So Drew, man, I want to do this plug, man. Go get my book. It will be released, but you can get a pre-order. It's cheaper right now. I'm releasing it, I think, next month, probably like the top of next month. So, but if you go to my website now, www.thedamianburris.com, you can go purchase my book for only $40 tonight. And if you have any kind of leadership people in your life, or you're a leader, or you're a CEO, you're a boss, it talks about overcoming the mental struggles of chatter, expectations, and opposition. So that's why I named it CEO. C, chatter, E, expectations, O, opposition. So it shows you how to overcome the mental hurdles and the battles of being the boss. So I need you to go get it, go buy it for your people. Go get it.
And shout out to him. Listen, it's on the screen, www.thedamianburris.com, man. You guys can go shop, go get that book, and also go get some apparel. Damian is definitely rocking at my pig, man. Hey, golly. I see everybody with these shirts, man. So you got them even mentioning your stuff, man, even in commentaries. My pulpit is different by Damian Burris. I said,
man. I saw Lil Duval share it, man. It went reviral. My video that the guy walking across the water. So it's going reviral again from Lil Duval sharing.
Yeah, dude, I remember just seeing that. You know, I had to show you love, man. I said, this is amazing, man, because God has given you a gift, and your voice is definitely going to the nations, man. And we're so thankful for you, man. I'm telling you that. Bro. Definitely thankful,
you, man. People like you, man. Whatever happens, whatever God does, I'm appreciative for people like you, man. I promise you, when I get there, I'm reaching back for people,
bro.
If you don't get there before me, right?
Bro.
I promise you, man.
I make you laugh at this stage that I've been going through dealing with all of this stuff. I think I reached out to you and everything, man. And I remember saying, dude, I wrote a book, 2 books, man, because of you, man, on an ebook, man, literally on my backside, man. And no voice, no nothing, can't do anything, man. And you're dealing with this thing, medications and all of this stuff, and breathing machines and all of this stuff day in and day out. And I did more in just that silent time. And it's still this silent time, seeing God hand move. And I tell people this all the time, man. It's not about in everything, man, what you think is going to happen. It's about how effective you're going to be when you make it happen and do it.
Absolutely.
Just get out there and do it. You'll be surprised of what's happening and stuff like that, man. You understand? Right. So I've watched how a lot of things in my life have went on pause. You understand? A lot of people, everybody's we're trying to get a hold of you, Drew. We're trying to get a hold of you, man. You can't get a hold. Because sometimes God will put you on pause and everything because he's got some work for you to do and some speaking to do to your life.
Absolutely.
Some things so you can heal up right, so you can come back in a bigger voice, man. So shout out to everybody, man, who's been rocking with me, man, and for the things that they be doing. But Damian Burris, y'all go to the website. It's on here. www.thedamianburris.com. Y'all go shop, y'all go buy and store out whatever y'all can. Buy more product, buy more purchases. I'm definitely going to buy more product and stuff like that.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it.
To make some stuff happen and stuff like that.
Yes,
man. So shout out to you. We thank you for the night, man. D, please stop going ahead. Be a stranger to the show, man. Please come back again, man.
Absolutely.
Again, Damian, you to turn around, gave us 90 minutes again of wonderful. We wasn't going these over 2 hours and 3 hours or something. I don't need to shut them down again, man. We keeping it in decency and order. Y'all make sure y'all share this video like y'all do each and every single week. Let's go ahead and let's even top the numbers out, man, what Damian did the last time and allow his voice and the word that Damian has done to be able to be effective, man, out there in the land, man. All right. So we love you guys. Thank you, Big D. Thank you, Dame. Dame, man, again for coming on the Lambo Drew Leverage Show, man, and giving us that Dame time, man, like only Dame can do. I'm sitting back up in here, man, getting into the comments real quick. Tracy say, thank you, Drew. Thank you, Mr. Burris. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Like you guys don't know, I love Dame. You don't know. I love seeing people on here because a lot of these people I don't get a chance to talk with or see throughout the week and stuff. So I love seeing these people on here Tuesday nights help lift me up, man, through this. Absolutely. So shout out to you guys. Congratulations, Damian. Congratulations, man. Tiff says that. Cynthia says congratulations. So shout out to you. Shout out to you for you on here. Dina McRae definitely says that. Kennard Haney said, thank you again, Damian. Can't wait for your book.
Right.
Shout out to you and everything, Mr. Kennard Haney. Shout out to Jamal Titus, man, in the building, man. Says another great show, man. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Freddie B in the building, man.
Sure.
Doing what he do best and everything, man. The home team, man. Definitely, man, the celebrity chef himself, man, in the building. For coming through and showing some love. So you need a chef on your hand. I may have to hire Freddie B for you, man. That's
Let's go, guy. Man. Let's go.
Yeah. Kennard saying congrats again and stuff like that, man. LA Law saying congrats, man, Dame. Everybody giving you, man, congrats, man, for what you're doing, Dame. So, man, we're so proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and let's turn it up, man, even a whole nother notch, man.
You know, appreciate you, Drew.
Man, I appreciate you, man, Dame. Listen, we out of here. We definitely not out of message, man, but we definitely out of time here on the Leverage Show, man. We thank Damian Burris, man. Y'all go blowing stuff up. Y'all make sure that you guys go follow him at Damian Burris on Instagram, man. Make sure y'all go to www.damianburris.com. Right. TheDamianBurris.com. Y'all make sure y'all do that. And also, y'all make sure y'all text the word link to 704-237-6808. 704-237-6808. Again, man, we thank you guys, man, for joining into the Leverage Show. You guys have an awesome week, man. May the blessing and favor of God be upon you, man, and the protection of God be upon you. And you guys do great and mighty things and maximize this week with your time, your mind, your thoughts, and everything that you do. Maximize this week. I'm telling you, it's going to be a powerful one. Till the next time, man, we love you guys. We love you guys. We love you guys. And we out of this joint, man, till the next time.